Hello everybody, I am Angry Bird. Welcome to a new Steel Division 2 League cast for today. The matchup we have for you is WonderNoob versus EvilNick. And I believe this is a Division 3 matchup. WonderNoob is playing the 25th Panzergren Regiment. He's on the left hand side in blue and he's playing with Vanguard Income. EvilNick 8, he is playing the 44th Guard Strelkovi and he's on the right hand side in red playing Balanced Income. So the 25th Panzergren versus the 44th Guards. We have WonderNoob's deck up on screen, and Vanguard Income, I think WonderNoob's going to want to finish this game off fairly early, and he's picked the right division to do that. The 25th Panzergren, they can definitely take advantage of the early game. They can use the recon vehicles to their fullest. The SDK I said 250/10. WonderNoob has 6 of them, 4 SBW 231s and 6 SBW 233s. I don't think he's taken all the recon vehicles. I think there are a couple of others as well that can come in handy. But certainly I think he's got 16 there in A phase. That is a lot. And they are quite cheap. So, you know, 25th Panzergren can definitely take advantage of that. In terms of infantry, well, mostly in A and B, he's got a lot of A phase infantry units. So I think he's going to be able to push with them quite successfully. Interesting, in the support tab, he has the 3 SIG-33s, and this is a very interesting pick. I think this is the first time I've seen somebody do that, but actually, with the recent IG-18 nerf, you can only get 4 of those in A phase instead of the 6. I say recent, it was probably a couple of months ago now. So it's interesting that he substituted the IG-33s in for A phase. You get less of them. Well, you only get 1 less, but they are more expensive. They're 15 points more expensive. But that means that in B phase you can get 8 of those IG-18. So I do like that option. And he also has the recon vehicles in this deck to also help out with the HE, you know, anti-infantry duties. So I quite like that. I think that's a good idea. Anti-tank tab, 6 Marder 2s in B. They supplement his tanks, all Stug 3Gs. The thing with the 25th Panzergren is they don't have heavy tanks, but they certainly got a lot of Pack 40s that can take out the heavy tanks. And the ME410 in the air tab that can also do that job. So I don't think they're necessarily lacking in the anti-armor stakes. I think the 25th Panzergren is a pretty good division, a solid divisional pick. I wouldn't say it's necessarily the best. It's not really S tier, but yeah, it's a solid division pick. Let's have a look at the division for EvilNick, and a reminder that the map actually is Orsha East, which we saw the other day with Finzent versus Maxwell. So EvilNick's deck, he is a balanced deck, so he's going to want to ride out A and B phase and really concentrate on C phase. He has the T-34-85, 16 of them in C phase. They can handle the Stugs, you know, fairly well. I would say the T-34-85 is the best medium tank of all the tanks in game. Maybe you could argue the Jagdpanzer IV, but is that a tank? Is that a tank destroyer? So, you know, I think the T-34-85 is definitely a very, very good medium tank. And that's what he's going to want to be using to take out these Stugs. He also has the ZIS-3s in the anti-tank tab as well that can do, you know, a reasonably decent job of taking out those Stugs. The IL-2M anti-tank planes and anti-tank rocket planes in B as well, they can do that job. In terms of infantry, I think he's a little outmatched in A phase. He could struggle in that infantry game. He's got the 18 Gvardias and 5 Sapori, so he could struggle putting out the number of infantry. He's going to have to trade with other options at his disposal. He does have he has a fairly decent artillery tab on him, so maybe that's what he's going to use instead. I'd like to see him bring out the combat early as well to upvet his infantry, give him that extra help. So yeah, I think this is going to be just looking at the decks, I think this could be a tight A phase. And if WonderNoob comes out behind after A phase, he could be in for a difficult time. WonderNoob definitely has to use his early advantage in those recon vehicles to great effect early on. Try and take down that infantry. If he gets through those infantry units fairly decently in A phase, we could well see EvilNick's line collapse. What will happen? Who knows? Let's jump into the game and find out. WonderNoob on the left hand side in blue, playing the 25th Panzergrenz on Vanguard income. Looks like he is aggressing in the centre and northern areas. EvilNick on the right hand side in red, playing the 44th Guards on balanced income. Looks like he's taking a fairly balanced deployment across the board, which is what you would expect with balanced income. So I think WonderNoob really has to exploit this central northern area and really go from there and push onwards for the victory. But wow, look at these M42 guns getting very quickly from EvilNick, really quickly. And all of WonderNoob's infantry now coming in, so no Jeep infantry. Like, both of these divisions fairly slow with their infantry deployments allowed that M42 gun to get in so quickly. Oh, it could have done with turning off the APCR, but doesn't really have an effect. WonderNoob does unload his troops in time, and has it gone down? It's even gone down. The AT gun did go down there. Wow, so quickly. Shoot a knockout into the T-34-76. Oh wow, look at the one in the north getting taken down by a number of 231s. I think it's the 233 at the back with the 100mm heat shells that's really doing the damage. Hopefully EvilNick can keep that unit alive. It looks quiet in the southern and central. Oh, the unit does go down in the north. That definitely gives the advantage to WonderNoob, and it's a good job he had the SPW 233 in there, but it's pushing forwards, could be in trouble. That Guardia gets into range. An intense infantry battle in the center. We have a ZIS 3 in here, and that can be used also with its HE, so that's definitely going to be helpful. It looks like the SPWs have gone down. We've got a T-34-85 and a 76 in here. Limited, but some anti-infantry equipment on it, anti-tank equipment on the infantry, so still possibilities there for WonderNoob to advance. In the north, EvilNick, I think the Stoss troop combined with the Molotov cocktails will take out the Sappery. So EvilNick is going to have to get some troops up there. He brings in a sniper. He needs to reinforce his northern side, otherwise it's going to go down. If he did get some reinforcements in, he would be able to advance. Yeah, the two Stoss troop do manage to surrender that, and there's just one Guardia there holding on in the northern side, and EvilNick doesn't bring reinforcements in, so I think the northern side is going to head over to WonderNoob's side. EvilNick's doing a good job in the centre though, very good job to hold on. Remember, he's on balanced income, so he is going to want to hold on for most of A and B. He's going to play fairly defensively. I like the movement of this T-34-85. As long as it doesn't go too far, it's going to be okay. But there is a Pak 38 coming up here that is going to start to threaten these tanks. In the northern side, we concentrate on the Guardias. Yes, the Stoss troop with the Molotovs do take them down. If you can isolate these Stoss troop, they can definitely be beaten. But they are handy. They are low strength squads, 5-man squads. So they can be handy at the very start of the game, but if you can isolate them, they can be taken out. But WonderNoob does take control of the northern side. EvilNick's reinforcements not really in there quick enough, but I like the fact that he's kind of back. He's not throwing troops in there needlessly. He's going to give that spot up. He's going to hold it. He's still got a 12-12 right now. He's taken this flag down here, and that's all he needs to do on a balanced income right now. Just needs to hold A phase and B phase, and he can really push for the victory in C phase. The T-34-85 is moving forwards. That Pak 3850 is in range though. Looks like it's aligning. He's going to start taking shots now. Incendiary. Oh, EvilNick. Oh, quickly micros that back. Oh, but it's not just in time. It was not in time. And that 85 does go down. And this T-34-76 has got to be wary as well, because if that pushes forward much more, the Pak 3850 will take that down. I guess EvilNick is... He won't know that Pak 38's there. I don't think it's fired on anything. So, he does need to reinforce this central city area. With the loss of that T-34-85, it's not fantastic. But EvilNick does take control of this sort of other central city area, and the T-34-76 will be able to move up. I'd like it to take a position sort of here so it can fire across the road, down, over the open, but this VZ VOD needs to get out of here. Gavardian need to get up to reinforce that position. EvilNick's happy at the moment. It's a 12-12. He's going to be okay with that. As long as he can hold on with the reinforcements, that's going to be okay. But WonderNoob bringing in a lot of units into this northern side. The Pak 40 coming in now. That's going to be a nice unit, especially if he gets into this little wooded area here, or possibly, you know, further down here. He's going to have a real nice sight lines. There's a couple of Stug 3Gs, and they will threaten the T-34-76 variants. That's for sure. They can definitely threaten them. The Guardia DPs, they're kind of moving forwards, but I don't think they're going to win out in that advance. WonderNoob has a lot up there. Another sniper coming in for EvilNick. Oh, turret stuck and sight damage coming down onto the T-34-76. It's not a great job, but it can be salvaged for the moment. And EvilNick has to play this one very carefully from now onwards. We're 6 minutes into this game. WonderNoob's income advantage is definitely taking hold now. If EvilNick can hold on to these central positions, I think he's going to be okay in this game. But yes, it's definitely looking... look, he's taking some damage now. He is definitely taking damage. Kind of surprised the SIG isn't engaging with the heat shells. Must be a bad line of sight from that SIG 33. The Pak 38 is engaging, and yeah, that T-34-85 does need to be careful. He's out of APCR, so the AP shells are struggling to penetrate. Only 100 mils of penetration, so they are struggling, but the 85 is gonna have to fall back. Looks like WonderNoob is looking for an attack into this area, and that should pick him up another flag, at least give him the advantage now. Crew kill onto the central T-34-76. That's enough for WonderNoob to render that unit obsolete. And EvilNick, he has to reinforce this central area. There's 3 Panzergrenz advancing forwards. The sniper opens up onto one of the Panzergrenz. 2 more Stugs being ordered in from WonderNoob. And the T-34-76 is at least, yeah, down here in the central side, is in a nice position to cover off that area. Track's broken on the northern one. Down goes the Stug 3G though. Good kill from the T-34-76. Good kill. And more Pak 40s and Pak 38s coming through from WonderNoob. He's starting to set up a defensive position in that northern side. Does take the flag in the center. Now pushing a 13-11. Really needs to push on from this point in time. Definitely has to push on. And it's not over yet. I think WonderNoob has traded decently in this early part of the game, but definitely, you know, EvilNick, he can hold on at this point. He can hold on. Once this VZ VOD recovers, yet another flag comes back into EvilNick's favour. 12-12 on the clock. And he's just got to be careful with this T-34-76. I like to keep it a little bit back in cover, just to make sure any Pak guns in this area, you know, they can't fire into this city. So keep it a little bit back. You know, give it a decent fire just straight down the road, and that's decent enough. I feel soon enough, WonderNoob's just going to move his Pak gun a little bit further south and actually get shots onto that T-34-76. WonderNoob has the northern area secure. He's taken down the 76. The other one's under fire from the Pak 40. That's gone down now. And yeah, EvilNick is not going to be able to advance forwards but if he defends this position, I think he's going to be okay. Losing that one flag up there is okay for now. He can take it back in C phase, but it looks like WonderNoob is pushing forwards on the attack here, and he's taken down 2 tanks. He fancies his chances in this northern area. If these recon vehicles go down though, I mean the Stuck 3Gs are supporting. It's a decent attempt. Ooh, it could go either way. It literally could go either way here. The Zis 3 is in place. That's going to fire down onto the units. I think WonderNoob has picked up a flag back here as well. Still got the 1311. Oh, in comes the 2 ME410 A1s, 850 kilogram HE bombs. And he's going to hit this area hard, especially if this OB25 goes into the same spot. That's going to hurt EvilNick. He has a group of units in here. Oh, it's going to hurt. I'd like to see if he could possibly, reallocate a unit to come up here. It's going to take its time to get here, but this will be a nice area to get the side shots while also getting the frontal shots from here. That would be nice. If you could do that. This T-34-85, I'd have liked it to come round into this position from the centre. But, this is me taking a little bit of time. I have God's eye view, so I can make myself look good by suggesting these things. Oh, EvilNick losing this position, just because he's only got the recon unit there. That's harsh. But WonderNoob has the 1410. As long as, even at a 1410, EvilNick now has 30 minutes. So that's going to give him 20 minutes of C phase income. He can definitely push back. As long as he keeps WonderNoob at a 1410, it's going to be okay. Phase B, we are now into. EvilNick will have the income advantage per minute. He still won't have overall income advantage until about 25 minutes into this game. But he has the steady income advantage for now. Actually, the T-34-85 is a good choice here. The Stugs can definitely take it down, but at range, the T-34-85 I think has the advantage due to the differences in armor between these units. And also, we've got the Zis 3 gun, we've got the OB25 in here helping out as well. EvilNick, yeah, he definitely has enough to hold in this northern area, so it's not, this is quite a tight game. I think at the moment it's definitely not set right now who's going to win this. WonderNoob has brought in quite a few reinforcements in the center area, and he's going to be pushing the attack even more. Needs to pick up more flags, definitely needs to pick up more flags, or he's going to find his C phase pretty difficult to hold on. I feel like this one may well go a little bit long right now. EvilNick has definitely held on way. Down goes the Stug. Down goes more infantry. EvilNick is clearing up this northern side, and we could see a counter-attack at any point. WonderNoob bringing more Pack 40s in. He has to worry about a counter-attack. But he has a number of Pack 40s. He's got one on the way. He's got one up here. He has a Pack 38, which I'd like to see push through into this kind of position. But yes, that northern side is looking weaker for WonderNoob. Yes, beautiful play. EvilNick is now concentrating into the central area. The right call. He needs to reinforce this center ground. He has lost a flag in the southern area as well. He's under a lot of pressure, but he's not out of it. He is not out of it. 28 minutes left on the clock for EvilNick to turn this around. He has time on his side right now. Definitely has time on his side. It looks like the IG-33 is going to take a whole mighty shot of HE. Oh, look at that. Look at that. The 150mm cannon from the SIG-33 definitely can do a serious job. And actually, this southern side... Oh, it's just this T-34-85. WonderNoob has to find a way to get rid of this T-34-85, and he can definitely advance in that southern area. This is an exciting game so far. I'm very much enjoying this game as we proceed through. EvilNick has managed to hold on to this northern point here, back to a 13-11 to WonderNoob. And he has the opportunity, an ME410 coming in here. Yep, it's a good call. If he can continue to rain down multiple combined arms, he can win this game EvilNick pushing forwards with the Yak 3. We do have a SDK said in the central area. Oh yeah, EvilNick. I think he's rightly calling that back. Good choice to call that back. Good choice. Looks like one of the stuck 3Gs has been panicked in that central area, but we've got a turret stuck onto the T-34-76. I think that was probably in reply. And some more forces currently going into the summer side. EvilNick is playing this game very well, I feel. Very well right now. I'd actually like to see EvilNick. I think he's doing exceptionally well. He can definitely hold this one out. Smoke coming down into the northern side. Could we see an attack? He doesn't have the infantry in here. He's smoking off the Pack 40. But yeah, he can definitely take back this northern side if he gives himself that opportunity, if he brings some infantry up there. But he's just got to play this one very carefully. He's got to play this one very carefully. The aim of the game is right now just reinforce all of these positions, even if the clock ticks down to like 5 minutes. You know, he has 25 minutes on the clock. Continue him reinforcing all of your positions. Defend everywhere across the board. You know, there is no time limit in Steel Division 2. He can just hold on, and as soon as he flips it, game over. That'll be it. So I'm just going to look for EvilNick to continue to hold at this point. Gvardia DP's reinforcing the north. It's the right call. It is the right call. The T-34-85 is going to have to back off slightly. Even if he gives up this ground, the timer won't change. So EvilNick is playing this game very well right now. He's playing it very well. In the northern side, looks like he is advancing forwards a little bit more. The mortar could do with a resupply, as well as the OB-25 here. Could do with, and the ZIS 3 gun. I would love to see a supply truck come into that northern side. We are in B phase, so I expect he does have a supply truck in here. Let's just check. Yep, he has 4 of them in B phase. He even has 2 in A phase, so he definitely has the supply trucks to bring it in. WonderNoob has started pushing in the south, but EvilNick maintains the flags, and that's all he needs to do right now. Gvardia DP's coming into that forest against the Pioneers. Oh, he's going to have to spread those Gvardias out, because one satchel charge, one frag heat HE grenades could come in and take down all 3 squads at once. Especially with no leader there, so he is going to need to spread those units out. Gun jam coming down onto the Stug 3G, I think from the ZIS 3 here. Nice positioning of units. Oh, and down goes that Stug 3G. There is another one right here though, and that's taking fire. The ZIS 3, oh, it's taken 1 shot. I think I'd like to see EvilNick pull that back and then re-engage. Oh, crew kill onto the Stug 3G. That is a big kill. Takes away 2 tanks in a matter, and a bailout as well. 2 tanks in a matter of moments. If that Pack 38 goes down here, the T-34-85 is going to have a hell of a time. But it looks like in that central area, EvilNick is looking a little bit bleak as well. I'd like to see these Panzergrens jump forward buildings. You know, they will be very close to getting a shot off against that T-34-85. WonderNoob, I think he can press the attack in the central side. He is starting to get some reinforcements in the top side, as well as Panzergrens. Yes, he is starting to reinforce the top side. I think the opportunity, you know, has been gone from EvilNick at the moment, but like I say, he's still got 22 minutes on this clock to even out a 12-12, and then he can just push it as long as he wants, literally as long as he wants. So balanced deck definitely has the favour from the 25-minute point onwards. It all goes quiet over the battlefield for the moment. Looks like the MG42 could open up on that northern side. Another OB-25 coming in here. He still hasn't, you know, brought anything across. I'd like, you know, he could maybe even bring some infantry in here, move it through the forest, but the important thing for EvilNick is just holding the flags. This is why I struggle sometimes being balanced, because I'm always looking to attack at some point. It's just, sometimes I can't get it into my head to defend All EvilNick has to do is defend his 3 flags up here. That's all he has to do. And at some point, he just needs to take 1 flag back. And it's probably, you know, probably better off taking a southern side flag, maybe that one there. He is back down to a 1410, so wouldn't need to recover this flag again. Hopefully he'll move these units out from their position back here. He is bringing in after Machikis. They're much better. I think he did lose the Guardias in here to the Pioneer, so obviously did not, you know, spread them out, had them bunched up and lost them. Oh, this Panzergren can get a shot, get his MG42 on fire. But yes, the Guardia DPs are now engaging as well. The after Machiki should come in and deal with both of these units fairly well. So, oh yeah, reinforcing Pioneers coming in from WonderNoob. That's the right call. As soon as he saw those after Machikis, calling those Pioneers, good call, good call. And in comes the ME410 as well. Actually, this could do a devastating job against these after Machikis. Oh, takes down his own unit. Takes down his own unit there. It only pins 1 of them down, so the other 2 do escape here. I think those 2 will take out the Northern Pioneer, so that will be a good job for those after Machikis. Oh, look at this one Panzergren down here. EvilNick can make ground up in this southern side. He can make ground up in this southern side. A supply truck has come in here into the north. Good call from EvilNick there, bringing that supply truck in. And he is establishing himself a nice line. Oh, looks like a shooter kill coming down onto the T-34-85 Comrotti. Another shot from the Panzergren, surely imminent. No, it's depleted. All of his Panzerfaust shots have been depleted. So that guy's been doing some work there in that center area. And it looks like this 85 went down here as well. EvilNick is going to have to get a couple of reinforcements into the centre town. Nothing too crazy, but at least 1 more infantry unit in there will be nice. And I'd like to see a couple of AT guns maybe come in. I mean, WonderNoob has a nice base of units. He just can't, he's struggling to aggress onto these rear flags. He is so close. WonderNoob is so close back here. I'd love to see this 120mm mortar come in more effectively, although it is going to need some more shells. Is going to need some more shells. Down the southern side, EvilNick does re-establish, you know, some great control. Still a 1410 to WonderNoob. I'm not sure. Oh, this centre flag here. He's picked up this centre flag, which is still giving him the 1410, but EvilNick, he still has 20 minutes time. We are into C phase. EvilNick has a massive income advantage now over WonderNoob. Still 5 minutes until that income takes over from the Vanguard deck. I think it's about 5 minutes. It's about 23 to 25 minute time scale. So actually between 1 and 3 minutes time, EvilNick will have more advantage, more income overall over the entirety of the game than WonderNoob. But very tight game here, very tight game, very tight game. Oh wow, this is a great game, very tight, but a great game to watch. I'm really enjoying this. Pioneers advancing on the Guardia. The Pioneers, ooh, they're getting into the building, they're aiming, they're gonna throw the satchel charge or the grenade. In it comes, pinned down, and will pick up the surrender. Very close, very close. A couple of more seconds, and that Pioneer would have been surrendered. Would have definitely have surrendered. So very close, but WonderNoob maintaining a fortune. Oh, look at this 85 Comrotti. I think EvilNick's pushed that forwards too far, and it's currently being hit by the Stug and the 250-10. Sight damage, just tracks break the Stug 3G, but yeah, it's a little bit far forwards, and it does go down to the Stug 3G. I think that was the wrong call. He was getting a little bit reckless there. The T-34-85 in the north does take down the 250-10, but yeah, a little bit reckless. Needs to reinforce this position. It's looking a little bit weak, a little bit weak. In come some bombing runs onto the central point, and ME410 and ME109 G4 chasing the Yak 3, doesn't quite get on. He's taking a long turn, but should now. Oof, bad camera work. I always, wow, wow, really bad camera work. Will that Yak 3 get on the back? Surely it will now. Surely it will. Well, the ME109 is gonna, yeah, Oh, he's called it away. He's called it away. Wow, that was just getting on the back of that ME109, but EvilNick called it away. Bombing run coming in onto the OBE-25. Will it get the kill? No, just one soldier lost from that group. EvilNick, he's still got 16 minutes. This is the point where, as a balanced player, you start to get a little bit tetchy, But EvilNick, he has 16 minutes to turn this around. He only has to get a 12-12, and then he can literally burn WonderNoob's deck dry, holding a 12-12. All he has to do is get that 12-12 back. That's it. But it looks like WonderNoob is advancing in the south, and actually one Guardia, literally one soldier left holding this flag. Yeah, I think this is the flag that WonderNoob can target here. Oh, look at this Pack 40 getting very tight into the T-34 85 here. This is going to be a very tight shot. The Stuck 3G as well is going to have the ability. This Pack 40 is going to move into a very nice position. Oh, I cannot wait for that to come down. The SIG-33 is going to engage with his massive 150mm cannon. He's going to make the Guardia pay. The Guardia did go down here. The Pack 40 is going to engage at very close range. Let's have a look. It looks like it's going to align. It's aiming. The APCR, I think, could be turned off here. Incendiary shot. Down goes the 85. A crew kill onto the second one. Will the SU-76 MPT go down as well? Looks like it's re-aiming onto that SU-76. Driver kill, falling back, and that Pack 40, what an absolute star that one has been. Driver killed, crew killed, incendiary, down goes the SU-76, spalling onto the T-34-85 gun jam. Oh my days, that Pack 40 is absolutely wrecked. Face down here in this central position. Beautiful positioning from WonderNoob, and look at the sight lines that thing's gonna have. Oh, it needs to just push forward into the right position to get sight lines over the reinforcing roads. Lovely move by WonderNoob. He picks up the 15-9. There's 6 minutes 40 left on the clock. This is going to be tight for EvilNick. He has to make up a flag. This is where it gets tight. He has to pull back a flag here. He has to do it. Has to pull back a flag. There are a lot of Guardia going into this central position. This is where he's going to try it. Oh, and he pulls out the surrender. He pulls out the surrender. 26 minutes 40 seconds. WonderNoob picks up the victory, and EvilNick called the surrender. I cannot believe it. I think that was too early. It was too early. Oh my days. I cannot believe EvilNick pulled out the surrender there. He was struggling on that 15-9. He needed to pull back a flag, but he had the time. He had the time to do it, and I think that was too early. I still think that was too early. He should have pushed that to the end. Obviously, he has a different view, a different perspective than what we had, but I definitely think he could have turned it around. He needed 3 flags. He needed 3 flags. It was going to be tough. It was going to be tight. There were maybe there could have been less than a minute. You know, if he'd have flipped that back to a 12-12, you know, it could have been at maybe less than a minute left on the clock. But even if it's at 1 second left on the clock, if you flip it back to a 12-12 and you are able to hold those flags, he could have won that game. Oh, what a finish. What an absolute treat. What an absolute treat. Congratulations, WonderNoob. Commiserations, EvilNick. WonderNoob wins 2,700 kills to 1,700 losses. So does, you know, trade well, but EvilNick, I think he could have got back into that game. I think he could have done. At least he could have pushed it a little bit longer. I think he would have recovered the 14-10. You know, that push coming back into that central side city. We could see it there. There were a lot of Guardias going in there. I think he would have won out in that push. You know, he could have taken it back to a 14-10. That would have doubled the time that he had left. It would have given him maybe another 6 minutes after that point. So it would have been very tight. He may still have lost. I would definitely not say, you know, he was certain to win that game. It could still have been... I think maybe he had like a 25 to 40% chance of winning that game, but they were still not the worst odds ever. I think if he could have pulled that back to a 12-12, WonderNoob would have been out of it. So yeah, wow, wow, really nice game, really nice game. Congratulations to WonderNoob. Commiserations to EvilNick. But WonderNoob is a great player. I think he's probably one of the better players in that Division 3. EvilNick came up from Division 4 in the previous season. He won quite a few games in that Division 4. He won it fairly decently. So I think EvilNick has definitely come on in his micro, and you could see that. He defended very well for a long period of time. That was a fantastic game. Definitely, I think, two future stars playing there. I think WonderNoob and EvilNick both have the opportunity to go up to next to Group 2 next season. I definitely think they both could handle that. You know, they might struggle at first, but I definitely think they are Group 2 players in the making there. Definitely. Oh, that was a great game. That was a great game. Let's have a look at the kills for WonderNoob and the pack 40 here. I think this was was this the central pack 40? What a job this thing did. T-34-85, a Comrotti, 2 MPTs. Yeah, great job from that pack 40. Pioneer, this was the one in the woods where those Guardia DPs came in. And that was a mistake from EvilNick. So if he is watching this game, he may not have known there were Pioneers in that woods. But I think you've got to assume that there was some kind of CQC infantry in heavy woods. So if you are going to engage with a unit that isn't a CQC unit, like a Guardia DP, that's more of a long-range infantry unit with the 2 DP-28 machine guns, you need to spread them out a little bit. They all need to be engaging at once, but you can't have them all in the same spot so that one HE grenade or one flamethrower, you know, fire from like an old Michiki can take out all 3 units or add suppression onto all 3 units. You need them like in a semicircle that each can fire on that unit so that they can at least be spread out, so that if the HE grenade throws in on one of them, yeah, that unit's going to get suppressed. It's going to go down. It's going to lose like 5, 6, 7 men. But the other 2 units either side, they can then that Pioneer won't be able to reload by the time that, you know, they get their suppression onto that Pioneer and they can win out. So I think EvilNick, he did make a mistake there, but you know, it's just one mistake, and he played very well. And that's really it. So yeah, I think both of these players, you know, they traded well between units. I think, you know, what made the difference, I think I think that pack 40 there did a great job. 2 Yak 3s going down to the ME109 G4. Yeah, that was nice work from WonderNoob. That would have made a difference. But, you know, overall, what was the game time? 26 minutes, pretty much exactly. So both of these players would have had, you know, the same income exactly. But WonderNoob's income was all up front, so he could get more onto the field earlier. So I think he just made that pay, really. And that's what the difference is in another pack 40 here with T-34 76 kills. I think that's kind of what made the difference, really. Let's have a look at the kills for EvilNick. Yeah, the T-34 76ers, they did well against these Stug 3Gs. I think he handled that northern side quite well. He lost it, which, you know, isn't fantastic, but as a balanced deck, you know, you are going to lose areas, but I think he contained the area really well. He never let WonderNoob break out from that northern area. So yeah, he lost it, but he contained any further advance. And as a balanced player, that's kind of what you need to do. You need to contain any further advance until you can get back the income, you know, and get back a 12-12, you know, eventually. We could see on that northern side, he was slowly, you know, defeating WonderNoob's units. He would have pushed back into there eventually. It was just a matter of time. And EvilNick, I think he just felt he ran out of time, whereas I think he still had a little bit left. Wow. What a game. What a beauty. I absolutely love that game. I really hope you guys love that game as well. And I hope you're loving the commentary. Please throw down any comments. Look in the description. Jump onto my Discord. You know, give me feedback. It really helps me improve my commentary. And yeah, let me know what your thoughts of the game were. Share your stories about the game and about other things as well. Also, check out all the links in there. Links to my Twitter, Twitch, Patreon. You know, all of my Patreons who already support me, thank you very much. All Patreon support is going to be spent on hardware upgrades, particularly my PC, so I can bring a better experience to you. I want to bring you a better quality graphics for these commentaries and casts. So that's the aim. So if you can spare some, you know, support through Patreon, go for it. If you can subscribe on Twitch, go for it. Please do. It's much appreciated. Thanks very much for watching today. Hit that subscribe button. If you haven't subscribed, hit it. Thanks very much for watching. I'm sure there will be more Steel Division 2 casts on the way. I am Angry Bird. I will see you next time.